In 2022, I got my first 2 planters that were made of Corten steel. Fast forward to now and I got a total of 19. So today I am sharing with you 5 reasons why I love to grow in these type of containers. These are the first 2 planters that I got in 2022 and currently are holding a couple of elephant ears, some salvia, coleus, and geraniums. Clearly, I could have done a better job of setting up the planters next to each other, but it is what it is. With everything else growing around these planters, pretty soon they're going to get completely covered. Those geraniums and salvias and everything else is just going to be the focal point. But right now, these planters look amazing. These are probably the darkest ones of all of them. But again, these are the oldest ones and they have this beautiful, beautiful dark chocolate patina look that I absolutely love. First off, and this is probably the least important for the plants, but it is very important to me because I am selfish that way, is that Corten still looks amazing. It has this rustic weather look that adds a lot of character to my garden. And over time, it develops a beautiful patina that changes with the weather and seasons, making each planter unique. Now, originally, when I got these planters, they were this blue, cold look on them, but as they get exposed to the weather, they start changing, they start developing this look. However, there is a mix of some sort using vinegar and other items that you already have in your household that can be used to make this look appear overnight. Personally, I just want to let them be and see what kind of look they give me, and it takes about 3 to 6 months depending on the weather conditions to get to the look that I am showing you right now. These right here are the planters that I have on the west side of the house. I just really grow a lot of flowers here. Last year they were covered with flowers. You couldn't even see the planters and they did amazing. This year I am taking it easy as far as how many plants I pack in these containers, but so far they're doing really well. Currently I have a bunch of geraniums that I started from seed growing in the very front, and I direct sow a bunch of zinnias on the back. And some of those zinnias are already germinating, and that makes me very happy. But it's not just about looks. Corten steel is incredible durable. It is designed to withstand the elements, so you won't have to worry about rusting through or breaking down like other materials might. Now this means that these planters are going to last 4 years, even in harsh weather conditions. Here in central Indiana, we get everything. Snow, rain, heat, sometimes all of them in one day. So I am really hopeful, and I have a lot of expectations for these planters to do really well in this garden. This small collection of planters that I have here are in the middle of my garden and they're acting as a evergreen wall. Well, the wall is slowly growing and is slowly getting up there, but I have really high expectations for these boxwoods over here. They're evergreen and slowly they're going to be growing and making a nice privacy hedge. Another big plus is that Corten steel is low maintenance, which for me is a big plus. You don't need to paint it or treat it each year to keep it in good shape. Just set it up, plant your vegetables or your flowers, and let it do its thing. When I first started looking at getting my Corten steel planters, I found a couple of companies, but I really liked the reviews that this company, DIY Cartel, had on their Amazon. They have a website where they sell their products, but they also sell them on Amazon, which for me is a really good thing because I don't have to pay extra shipping and the Amazon people just carry these all the way to my front door. You will probably recognize the name DIY Cartel because on every other video that I show these planters, there is always somebody asking, where do you get this? Where can I get them? And that's the company. If you want to look at the sizes and their prices, I am going to link all of that below. But if you do have any questions about these planters, just leave them in the comments. Also, Corten steel is great for the plants themselves. It warms up quickly in the sun, which in my area, it's a really great thing. Now, this may not be a good reason for people who live in areas where they get plenty of heat, but for me here in central Indiana, plants that love heat like tomatoes or peppers, do amazing. And I think that the tulips and the daffodils that I have planted here in the fall do really, really well in the spring because they are planted in these containers, which is not the case for me for containers that are made of concrete or plastic. This right here is probably my favorite corner of Corten steel planters that I have going on in my garden right now. I have 5 large planters and 1 small in the front that is holding my beautiful, beautiful Bathsheba rose. The rest of the planters are holding vegetables, flowers. I have a nice combination and a mix of both types of plants here, and I just love everything so far that these planters are giving me. I decided to add 2 watermelon plants right here in the corner. It's barely the end of May and they are definitely thriving in there. We'll see how they do. One of the things that worried me when I purchased these containers was that they were not going to be big or strong enough to hold the weight of the soil or to even stay still in strong winds. But these guys, believe me, they are heavy duty enough to take care of your plants and to handle the weather. Half of the containers that I have in my garden were set up by myself, and yes, you could definitely benefit from having an extra set of hands, especially when moving the pieces from one place to another, but by yourself is definitely doable. Personally, I grow vegetables and flowers in these containers. I have different areas in my garden where I have these planters set up. Some of them are holding evergreens, some of them are holding flowers, some of them are holding flowers and vegetables. And I cannot be happier with them. Not only they look amazing, but they are doing the job of keeping my plants happy, holding their shape, looking amazing. And during the winter, they look like nice furniture outside when nothing else is growing. Back here, these are the newest planters that I added this year to the back of the kitchen garden. Right now, I have a combination of sugar snap peas that are growing in those containers, and I also direct sow some green beans, some basil, and some summer squash. And these little planters are smaller than the others, but they are definitely giving me plenty of space to grow. You can still see the blue of the original color of the original set that I got, but you can also see how slowly the patina is taking over these containers, and I just love that color. If you're wondering if these type of containers are the right planters for you and for your garden, that's something that you're going to have to decide for yourself. Personally, I love them. I am definitely planning to add a couple more to a different area. I'm still in the process of deciding what I want to do, but if I do decide to go with these planters, I know that it's going to be a great investment, especially for something that I already love and that I have plenty of them.